Okay, good morning students. So finally meeting you all. I would have loved to take this lecture in the classes live itself, but I guess this is the corona times. We have to accept the reality and as a new natural live with the coronavirus. So here we are with online lectures. So let's see what we are supposed to do over the next 2 years. Your lectures have started now. Mondays and Thursdays you will have your physics lecture. Tuesdays and Fridays you will have your bio lectures, and Wednesdays and Saturdays you will have your chemistry lectures. Every lecture taught to you will be having in the next lecture a small test which we call as a DCT, a daily class test, which will be numericals given by your physics teachers and questions given by your bio and chemistry teachers, which will be in the form of multiple choice questions, and those MCQs you are supposed to solve and find out your scores in the daily class test. So this is the way it will go on as long as online is concerned. Once the lockdown is over and we start with our regular classes, which I pray to God is as early as we can, I want to see all of you all personally. We will be having lectures when we start the classes 3 times a week, and post November 4 times a week. Lectures will be from 6:45 in the morning till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we will be having 3 lectures, one of physics, one of chemistry and one of biology. This will be followed by tests on Sundays. Whatever you have been taught in the entire week, on Sundays there will be a test on the same syllabus that has been taught to you. And these tests are very important. The marks will be immediately SMS to the parents. After every 5 tests, a report card will be made and we will rank you all where is your rank coming in the class. So you have to be really pulling up your socks, studying hard and getting good marks in your Sunday test, all of you. And this protocol will go on all the way till November 2021. By November 2021, the entire syllabus will be completed, 11, 12 and the NEET syllabus. And then will start your prelims, and your prelims will be multiple choice question prelims according to the NEET pattern. And that will go on all the way till May 2022. On the first week of May, the first Sunday of May 2022, you will have your NEET exams. A total of 108 chapters, mind my words, 108 chapters of physics, chemistry and biology will be tested in just a matter of 3 hours. 3 घंटे में आपके 108 चैप्टर के मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चंस आपको एक पेपर में आ जाएंगे, and that will decide your entire professional career, your entire life. So what will be your NEET pattern all about? Just a little for all of you all to analyze. Your NEET exams will have in it 45 questions from physics. Physics 45 questions, 45 MCQs. Each MCQ is for 4 marks. So a total of 180 marks is your physics. Similarly, chemistry is exactly like physics. It will be of 45 multiple choice questions, at each question 4 marks, which means 180 marks of your chemistry. Our subject biology will of course be having double the weight. As much as physics and chemistry, you have 90 multiple choice questions asked in biology, each of 4 marks, and that means a total of 360 marks in biology. Which means the grand total is of 720 marks. And this will be the pattern of your NEET paper, and in May 1st Sunday you will have your NEET paper. 1 month later, in the first week of June 2022, your results will be declared and you will be given your marks and your rank. 2 ranks will be given to you, a national merit rank and a state merit rank. 85% of seats in Maharashtra are reserved for domiciled students of Maharashtra according to the state merit rank, and 15% seats are reserved for the national merit rank. So, for the state merit rank, what is the score required? 1 lakh students in Maharashtra give the NEET exam every year, and you have to be in the top 500 ranks to get into one of the best medical colleges of Mumbai, KEM, Science, Nair, JJ, Cooper. Now this is your dream, this is what you have joined science for, this is why you have come to us to get into one of the topmost medical colleges of Mumbai, and your rank has to be in the top 500 of Maharashtra. So out of 1 lakh students, top 500 means 0.5% chance you have. That is the kind of grueling competition you have as far as the NEET exam is concerned. So be really focused, be very dedicated and work super hard for the next 2 years. Out of 720 marks, to get a rank in the top 500 of Maharashtra, your score has to be 600 and above. If your score is more than 600 marks, then you will definitely get a rank in the top 500 and get into KEM, Science, Nair, JJ, Cooper, which is your dream. If your marks are between 550 to 600, you will get it out of Bombay but within Maharashtra. Say Pune, Kolhapur, Sholapur, Meerut, Aurangabad, Nagpur. These are also good government medical colleges, and 550 to 600 you will get into these government medical colleges outside of Bombay but good colleges. So your minimum target has to be 550 to get a government college and 600 and above out of 720 to get into a Bombay government medical college. This is what you all are supposed to do. Now, a few things which I told your parents also in the parents meeting that we had. All of you, please see to it that now your party is over, you have enjoyed a lot, you get to real dedicated, focused, honest, hard work. Every night you sleep at around 10:30. Most of you in this lockdown period have enjoyed till late in the night, got up very late in the morning, and you had had it very casual and relaxed. Now your lectures are going to start. In chemistry, your lectures are going to be from 7 o'clock in the morning. So you have to sleep at 10:30, get up in the morning, freshen up, eat something, and then start with your online lectures. Live lectures will be held, so you will be having it online but live, so you will be prepared at 7 o'clock. So sleep early, so you have a good night's sleep and you really are fresh when the lectures are going on. Physics and bio, we are at the moment having recorded lectures, but if we get good feedback, we will start with online lectures and live lectures even in chemistry and physics and bio, and you will be having lectures all the way from morning 7 o'clock till afternoon 1 o'clock. At the moment, we are having lectures twice a week for each subject. Post June, it will be thrice a week. So your load is going to gradually increase. So I want you all to be very focused about this. Please exercise religiously every day. Even now in the lockdown period, please go to the terrace and walk for 45 minutes, or go down in the building campus and you walk there for 45 minutes. Climb the stairs of your building and you will get some good cardiovascular exercising and you will feel really good. So exercise regularly also. That is a must. That will really increase your concentration. And while studying hard, you're really focused, your mind is going to get tired. When you're tired of studying, please don't start television, don't get into WhatsApp or Facebook or anything. Rather, close your books or your laptop right now and do some breathing exercise. Breathing exercises will help you a lot. Do simple breathing, just close your eyes, inhale, exhale. And do that for 10 to 15 minutes. Your mind will feel really fresh and you can get back to your studies after that. So try breathing, it works magically. Between lectures, I do pranayam regularly and it makes a big difference to my concentration. It will help you also quite a lot. So please get into this regular breathing exercising that will help you immensely all. So these small things which we have analyzed, and now let's start with your syllabus proper. We start off with some very important chapters. The data matter will be given to you on this WhatsApp number in the form of a PDF file. So you will please download the PDF file and start reading the chapters that I will teach you and Vishal sir will teach you. My lectures will be on Tuesdays, Vishal sir's lectures will be on Fridays. And both our topics will be given to you in the form of a PDF file and we will send you the link to download the NCERT textbook. Now that is your main textbook which you are supposed to study, your National Council of Education, Research and Training, the CBSE textbook called as the NCERT textbook. That is the main textbook you are supposed to study for your NEET exam for physics, chemistry and biology. So please download these books and start reading from these books. Download the PDF files of the notes we are sending you and you start reading from that. Alright? So, let's start with the great subject of biology. Today, we start off with a very crucial topic, the concept of human reproduction. In school, you have done the basics. Here, of course, in a lot more detail, human reproduction. So what exactly is human reproduction? We humans are sexually reproducing and viviparous animals. So now I have fish, birds, reptiles, amphibians, they lay eggs and the egg hatches and from it a small baby comes out and these are egg-laying animals, they are called as oviparous. But we humans and all other mammals don't lay eggs, we have the baby born directly inside our body and what is given out is not an egg but a newborn baby is delivered out and these mammals including us humans are called as viviparous. It starts in us, humans. The reproductive events in humans include formation of gametes, a phenomenon called as gametogenesis takes place. Now what exactly is gametogenesis? We have reproductive organs which are called as gonads and gonads produce reproductive cells which are called as gametes. In case of males, the male gonad is the testis. The female gonad is the ovary. The testis or the male gonad produces male gametes called as sperms. The female gonad, the ovary, produces the female gamete called as the ovum or the egg. Sperms are produced by a process called as spermatogenesis and the ovum or the egg is produced by a process called as oogenesis. So we have spermatogenesis for formation of sperms, oogenesis for formation of eggs or ovum, and that process is called as gametogenesis. When a male and a female reach puberty at the age of around 12 to 14 years, in the testis of the male starts spermatogenesis, in the ovary of the female starts oogenesis, and that is called gametogenesis. Now, when a male and a female become sexually excited, they enter into a phase called as a libido, which is sexual excitement. The penis of the male, the reproductive organ called as the penis, undergoes a phenomenon called as erection, and this erected penis is then inserted into the female reproductive system. So what does the female reproductive system look like? In the female reproductive system, we have a main organ called as the uterus. So here we have the uterus. The uterus opens to the outside by a small chamber which is called as the vagina. So here we have the uterus and here we have the vagina. From the uterus arise tubes which are called as fallopian tubes. So these are tubes called as fallopian tubes. And here we have near the fallopian tube the female gonad called as the ovary, which is attached to the uterus. So this is the female reproductive system. We have the vagina, the uterus, the fallopian tube, and here we have the ovary. The ovary produces eggs by a process called as oogenesis, and when the female reaches her puberty, every 28 days from the ovary, one egg is released out, and that egg gets sucked into the fallopian tube, and this egg gets sucked into the fallopian tube, and here we have the egg. This process of releasing the egg is called as ovulation takes place. So every 28 days from puberty, ovulation takes place. The egg is released from the ovary, gets sucked into the fallopian tube. In the fallopian tube are found delicate cells which have hair-like processes which are called as cilia, and these cells are called as ciliary cells. Ciliary cells start pushing the egg all the way from the fallopian tube towards the uterus. So the egg starts moving forward with the help of ciliary cells, with the help of hair-like processes called cilia. If at the same time that the ovary undergoes ovulation, the egg is passing with the help of cilia in the fallopian tube, if the male reproductive organ called the penis undergoes a phenomenon called erection, the erected penis is inserted in the external chamber called as the vagina, and thus begins a process called as copulation. Copulation, also called as a sexual intercourse, now begins. The penis is wrapped in the vagina and copulation proceeds. in the last phase of copulation, which is called as the climax. In the climax stage, from this erected penis is released out 3 to 5 milliliters of a yellowish colored fluid called as semen, and this semen is released in the vagina, and this process is called as insemination. So release of semen is called as insemination. 3 to 5 milliliters of semen have in them 300 million sperms. Can you imagine? Just one ejaculation and 300 million sperms are released out in the vagina. These sperms are ultra microscopic, and if we see a sperm under the microscope, it has a head, it has got a body, and it has got a tail. ऐसे 300 million sperms are given out, and these sperms, by the zigzag beating of their tail, start swimming from the vagina all the way into the uterus, and from the uterus all the way into the fallopian tube. And in the fallopian tube, we have the egg moving with the help of cilia. We have the sperm moving by the zigzag beating of their tails, and one sperm goes and touches the egg. This sperm which touches the egg now goes inside the egg, and the sperm and the egg fuse together to form the first cell, and that first cell is called as the zygote. A phenomenon called as fertilization takes place, leading to the formation of a zygote. This zygote now starts moving with the help of cilia, and ciliary cells move the zygote. This zygote, one cell, divides to form two cells. Two cells divide to form four cells. 4 cells divide to form 8 cells, and 8 cells divide to form a 16 cell structure, and this 16 cell structure is now called as a morula. What is the 16 cell structure called as a morula? This morula now drops from the fallopian tube into the uterus and sticks to the uterus. The uterus has in it a lot of mucus, and as the morula drops on it, the mucus helps in the sticking of the morula. Now the uterus starts secreting a milky fluid. That milky fluid goes into the morula and converts the morula into a fluid-filled structure which is called as a blastula. So the morula has got converted into a blastula. The blastula has in it fluid, and also inside continuous cell division takes place. And by a series of continuous cell division, it forms 3 distinct layers in it. An upper layer of tall columnar cells, a middle layer of small rounded cells, and a lower layer of flat cells. And columnar cells, rounded cells, flat cells, these 3 layers are given names. The upper columnar cells are called as the ectoderm. The middle rounded cells are called as the mesoderm, and the lower flat cells are called as the endoderm. So we have 3 layers: ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and collectively ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm is now a structure called as a gastrula. So the zygote has first formed a morula. The morula then becomes a blastula, and blastula with ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm now forms a structure called as a gastrula, and a gastrula now forms the future embryo. So this gastrula forms an embryo. What will happen in the embryo? In the embryo, the ectoderm will keep on dividing to form the future brain, spinal cord, in other words, nervous system. The ectoderm will form the nails, the skin, it will form your mouth, teeth, etc. The ectoderm will form nasal cavity, nose, it will form parts of the ears, parts of the eyes. So it will form facial features, this upper region called as the ectoderm. The middle layer called mesoderm will form the heart, the blood vessels, in other words the circulatory system. The middle mesoderm also forms the esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, in other words the digestive system. The mesoderm also forms your kidneys, ureters, urinary bladder, urethra, in other words your excretory system. The mesoderm also forms your testes, your ovaries if it's a female, the fallopian tube, uterus, in other words the reproductive system develops from the mesoderm. The mesoderm also forms 206 bones of your body. It forms 639 muscles in your body. So mesoderm layer, absolutely vital, forms the circulatory system, reproductive system, excretory system, digestive system, skeletal system, muscular system. Everything develops from the mesoderm. The ectoderm forms the nervous system, mesoderm forms most of the other systems, and the endoderm forms the respiratory system. The lungs develop from the endoderm. The trachea, the bronchi develop from the endoderm. The liver, the pancreas, your thyroid gland, they all develop from the endoderm. And beautifully, your ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm go on to form all the future parts of the baby, and in a few months time, ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm form a beautiful baby inside the mother, and that time period is called as gestation. The blastula has firmly fixed in the uterus, and it forms a bag which is called as the placenta. This placenta is now developed along with the baby, and you have from your navel a tube called as the umbilical cord and a bag called as the placenta. That phenomenon is called as implantation. So implantation हुआ है, we are having a placenta and an umbilical cord, and on implantation now nourishment comes from the placenta, umbilical cord into the baby, and this baby keeps on developing from ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, different body